Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Wavy Roy Johnson here.
Hello everyone, this is the interview queen Alicia too.
This is the infamous Cameron Solis.
This is the professional Nathan Cruz.
This is Veggie.
This is the Callahan Death Machine in the draw, and the face of Impact Wrestling, Sandy Callahan.
The one and only shot with Thunder Willie Mack.
This is Shreddy Breck, aka Mr. Clangin' and Bangin'.
And you're listening to...
You are listening to
Broken but Glorious.
Broken but Glorious.
Broke but glorious. Hey, yeah.
Hello, welcome to Broken but Glorious. I'm Chris Lappin. I'm delighted to be joined on the line by returning one of your favourite guests for us to have on, the host of the What Do You Call It podcast, George Buka. How you doing, Stephen and George?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Not 100%, but I've come on the show, and every time 100%. I do make an appearance on the show, by the way, Lance always goes missing. He's got an excuse. Lance, mate, I'm waiting for this opportunity for us to debate not just wrestling, but mostly football, because I think there's some unfinished business between us two. But I am here. I'm glad that I'm one of your favourite guests, and thank you for inviting me again. I always enjoy your show, and always enjoy.
About a year since last time you were on, I think.
I believe so, mate. I think the last time that I was on was when we discussed AEW Revolution 2021. No, tell a lie. 22. It was Full Gear. Sorry.
Full Gear?
That's the one. Yeah, when Hangman Page beat Kenny Omega.
Oh, yes.
Really good show, by the way. Really good show. But we're not here to talk about that one. There's a review if you subscribe to the channel. So
we're reviewing Revolution next week. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, another pay-per-view on a Saturday. I'm loving this pay-per-view.
It is brilliant, especially for us UK folks, mate. Like, you don't have to stay up till like 1 on a Sunday and wake up tired for work. When it's on Saturday, obviously you still got Sunday to relax and, not wake up in a rush and feel groggy. It's brilliant, mate.
Yeah, we get up at like 7. We'll watch it and then we'll go to wrestling training.
I bet that gets you in the mood, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Always does. I'm so scared about WrestleMania. I was like, is it going to be like 6 hours long? We're going to have things like rush through.
I'm actually buzzed with WrestleMania, by the way, this year. I just think, okay, there's a few duds in terms of matches, but I know we're not doing a prediction, but I just want to sum up. Like, I just think some good matches. The Roman Reigns stuff is just blowing my mind. Right? I love it. It's been fantastic. Near perfection, in my opinion, in terms of the booking and how they're developing it, and just Jay and Sammy and Jimmy and Solo and Roman and Paul and Kevin Owens and just so many elements, man.
I'm loving it.
I'm sure we're going to get into it, but I don't want to take over.
I hope he kind of sticks to the format he's doing at the moment, where it's like 6 matches. 6 matches for a pay-per-view is perfect. Just 3 hours.
I think it's going to be about 6-7 matches per night.
Yeah, stick to that. We don't want 10 per night. Don't go overboard. Have 6 and a battle royal. That'll do. I like a battle royal in the middle or just before the main event.
We've not had the actual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on a WrestleMania card. Not talking about the pre-show.
It's been on the SmackDown's. The SmackDown WrestleMania special or something. It's called. That's
just. Oh man, if I was like part of the roster and I was like, you're part of WrestleMania's Battle Royal, only on SmackDown. Like you cans.
But it's a good way to, if you have it just before the main event, it's a good way to calm the crowd down. And
yeah, for sure.
It's like,
and you can create new styles. I mean, look at Cesaro when he won it. The crowd went fucking nuts, and that was after the streak ended.
Yeah.
No, was it before? I can't remember that. Someone in the comments will correct me, but whatever. Either way, it made a star. So yeah, whatever.
You've been very busy this year so far. I think was it 10 or 11 interviews you've released already?
Yeah, I've had quite a few, mate, to be honest. I feel like I'm having not really the best of luck at the moment, because we was having a conversation, and I'm not going to get into names and stuff, but as soon as I said that, maybe back a week later, now it's just, I'm kind of, what's happening to you is happening to me now. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, top of the world, like, Ty Valkyrie, fantastic, brilliant.
Yes,
like,
she's
one of my favourites. She was really cool, man. I mean, shout out to Impact for like arranging that for me. Jay Landward fucking retiring on the podcast. Great interview.
That's great. He's on my list. Yep,
you need to reach out to him, my man. I've planted the seeds with you, maybe contacting him. I think he'll have more to talk about now that he knows where his career is going to be heading. But I honestly, people have to believe me. It was not staged. It wasn't set up. He literally is like, oh, I've got something big to announce. I thought it was going to be a show or a match or whatever, or something to do with his fitness. No, yeah, I'm actually going to stop wrestling now. Oh. But all my interviews so far, they've been good. I can't really complain, but at the moment, bit of a dry spell, but I'm sure we'll come back with some guest announcements and some interviews. I should have one next week if you follow my social media. If you don't, we'll plug it at the end. But yes, I will have some stuff lined up, so it's all about patience.
Yeah, I've only done 4 interviews this year, so you
really
10 or 11.
Yeah, but to be fair, mate, you are like getting into like your wrestling as well now, which you've been doing for it's about a year now, isn't it?
May we started, 9 months.
Yeah, so we're coming up to about a year now, and the fact that like you're proper into it, you've done shows now, and it's quite cool that you're doing it with your son as well. Your match of lads made me laugh. Oh man, I wish that happened before you came on the podcast last year. Cheap, anyone wants to listen to me speak to Chris. Yeah, I wish that kind of happened. That would have been quite funny.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we could do it again once they've got. Yeah, I walked in on my kids were watching your interview with Pud after last week's show.
Pud! Oh, what a lad! I know, fair play that, wasn't it? Like, glad that people are watching it. Pud's great. I really like him. I like that lot in general, like the Violent Gentleman Society.
Yeah, they're all great. I train with them all. They're all brilliant.
Would you ever join them? Have you been invited yet?
Joel's obsessed with them. He's got the armbands, he's got the t-shirts, he's got all the badges and everything.
Really cool design, man.
Yeah. Casey's brilliant at designing. Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic, man. I think I'm going to have to just ask, and just find out, like, how would I go about it? What are your prices or whatever. His artwork's just so good and it's so improved. I don't really know him that well, but I know enough of him in terms of his artwork and the wrestlers that always give him positive feedback and give him shouts out. He's so good, really good. Yeah, so a few days ago on Facebook, between you announcing you had a Paw Patrol cake for lunch and you calling Richard Keys. It was lovely, by the way. Shout out to my manager for that part. I brought it in for our team. Yeah, and you calling Richard Keys. See you next Tuesday. Hey, the melon! Oh, it's just got this like massive. So I won't go to football too much, but it's the fact that he has to just any time Arsenal play, we can win 5-0 and he'll still find a fault in it. Oh well, I'll take it on the sidelines. Oh well, should have been 6. They really play like champions though, mate. You are a horrible man. Little man syndrome by the fact that he cheated on his missus while she was dying with his daughter's mate. Sums up the guy, complete CUNXT, I'll try not to swear. I hate him, mate. Hate him. I haven't seen him for years. Is he out in... Yeah, because he kicked off Stag for being a sexist arsehole. Yeah, say something about a women linesman. Yeah, I think it was a women's linesman. I think he's been kind of like told off for it already, and he basically just got caught for it this time. And, there's a recording, and it's like, okay, well, I'm kind of got to let it go. So I think it's the buyer now he works. I can't remember the actual. It's when I'm streaming games. I mean, not that I don't always pay for the games, and because I've got a pass to put up with him at half time. So I do like hearing the ex players and people's punditry about the game and what can we do in the second half. But just when he's on, I'm just like, I fucking hate the game. I hate football. Well, you put between these two stations that I'm sorry to say. But this Bray Wyatt run is fucking awful. I didn't miss him when he was gone, and I wanted to give him a chance, but I'm honestly done with this gimmick. So I thought that would be a fun discussion to have. Because I'm majorly disappointed with the storyline so far as well. But first, I'm sure the listeners want to know, was the Paw Patrol cake like a decent size, like birthday cake size, or was it cupcake? I only had a slice of it, but it was a decent size cake. Oh. I'm not sure where it was purchased from. But shout out to whoever made it. Did a very good job. I'm sure it's Chelmsford based in Essex. But it was lovely. It's like a Victoria Spongy type thing. Yeah, it was just like jam in the middle. And really well done. I thought like he's had it a day before, but it didn't ruin my enjoy. I really want the fucking cake now. I wish I ate it. Some diet I'm on. Gaining weight. Oh. Yeah, I've just lost all the weight I put on over Christmas. I've just got back to what I was before Christmas now. Honestly, I've gained so much weight. Honestly, I'll get to the point where I just can't see my feet in the shower. That's not a visual sight that your listeners want to imagine right now. I'm sorry.
That's why I have to remind myself this time last year I couldn't see my feet in the shower. But
just use this as the clip. I bet Lance is like, oh, he misses me right now, doesn't he? But yeah, no,
let's discuss Bray Wyatt then.
Bray Wyatt, not our feet in the shower. Yeah. So the Bray Wyatt thing, it's okay. The return itself at Extreme Rules, I thought that was really cool. I really liked it. I like his new theme. The promos now, that's an issue. That's where my praise of him as a character just kind of stops. I just think he just rambles on. I get slow builds,
which is the problem with Bray Wyatt. Full stop for the last couple of years.
There's no conclusion. Even when he was in feuds, you just wouldn't really get a real ending to it. It's just waffling on, and he would lose most feuds. Like look at the two feuds with Randy Orton, lost them both. And I don't think a lot of this is his fault. Like he obviously is a creative guy. We all know that, and he's very passionate about what he does. But I just feel like when there's no ending to this, it's never ending. And the feuds and the matches, especially the matches, they're just poor quality in my opinion. I'm not saying everything has to be Daniel Bryan or Sami Zayn or whatever, like not 5-star classic. I get that. And I think your matches need to be different. But the matches that he does have, they do tend to stink up the joint.
Yeah, we used, when the Fiend first came, we devoted would have to put ish after reviews because we would basically talk like 75% of the podcast would be just us talking about the Fiend and how much we loved it. And but once you start having proper matches,
once the bell rings, I mean the Fiend stuff and the Fire Fun Firehouse, that was really good. Like the build up, that was great build up. Because it was really entertaining, you had all these new topics.
So once he loses, it's like okay, he's lost to Goldberg.
That wound me up. Not just what we meant
to do with this now.
Exactly, but he's just okay. So Seth Rollins can't beat him as the champion in a Hell in a Cell after doing 75 finishes, but Goldberg can beat him with a poorly done jackhammer in the space of 3-4 minutes. The suplex even would be a very polite way of putting it. It's embarrassing. It killed the character, in my opinion. I mean, the pandemic served a lot of shitty booking, but that one time that he lost to Goldberg really did hurt the Fiend.
And which is a problem with the Bray Wyatt characters in general, because they kind of, and you can see because I'm going to come on to the Observer Awards later, but he'd tend to, the Bray Wyatt won Best Gimmick of the Year. I think 2 years later, he got Worst Gimmick of the Year. And then 2019, The Fiend got Gimmick of the Year. And 2020, it got Worst Gimmick of the Year. So
that's it. It does start off really well. Like Bray Wyatt stuff, the family and, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan and the theme and the lantern and everyone on the phones. Visually it was amazing. And he was actually having some good matches with John Cena. What's his name? Reigns.
Him and the Shield were great.
The Shield and the Wyatt family. Superb, amazing matches. I can go back and watch them whenever. They were brilliant. That was the Wyatt family at its peak. Yeah. And then fucking Braun Strowman got added. I just didn't think he'd fit the group. I understand why he was in it. Big guy, massive beard, thin hair.
Once he shaved the sides of his head and put it in a ponytail, he looks so much better. I don't know what he's trying to do.
And he got himself in really good shape when he was doing them squash matches like James Ellsworth and that was brilliant. It was very clever booking. But do you know what? By the way, before we get into the wars and finish off the Bray Wyatt stuff, because we actually do have a conclusion. Well, Braun Strowman's probably been one of the best returns, in my opinion.
Oh, his match with Walter is probably his best WWE match ever. Not just since his return.
I think you're right. I honestly can't think of another one top of my head. I actually think you're right. I thought it was brilliant. I think to be fair, Gunther, even I call him Gunther now, and I know, like I said,
I've started calling him Gunther. I still can't call Pete Dunne Butcher.
I've
got into calling them in Gunther. Yeah.
But Braun Strowman's return, I think it's been well done. The fans behind him, the stuff with Ricochet. I just think it's been pretty good. He's not been shoved down our throats either. He's lost the Waltz already, and he had the stuff with the Alpha Academy. I really like Alpha Academy, by the way. I think they're one of the acts that have kind of been affected by Triple H's takeover. not to say like they don't get any TV time, but you see how they're positioned before and after.
Tag champions before.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious.
I love Jack Gable. It's brilliant. And Otis. I like them both, man. But they're really good. And I think what's going on with the, what are they fucking called? Maximum Male Models. I really like them.
I like it.
But they actually got worst gimmick of the year. And I fucking groaned at that stuff.
Well, we come from an age where we liked the new generation.
The plumbers. Ice hockey, mate.
Yeah.
The hockey players. And
we don't like
pirates.
just straight wrestling gimmicks. Like, no.
No, you need those gimmicks, man. You really do. Not everyone has to back trunks and I'm gonna out wrestle you for 25 minutes.
You can have one proper wrestler on the card.
Yeah, but you need that variety. I think everyone needs to be different, and I think mostly I do like Triple H's version of WWE compared to
it's getting there. I don't think he's had a bad pay per view yet. I do love the new format, having 5 or 6 matches.
Yeah.
All having good storylines going into it. It isn't just a random match put on.
It's an easy watch. I don't find myself going straight to Twitter, being the complete mark that I am, and just going, never watching it again. I don't think I've actually tweeted that. I've tweeted some shitty things, but it's when I tweet anything about AEW, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm not blocked for half the fan base, or I'm followed by like majority of them. I'm not personal about it. I'm just, if I see some shit, I'm just going to say it. And I think a lot of AEW has been, especially last year, has been questionable booking.
Yeah, we'll come on to the awards in a bit, but we're all getting worse show. I'm like, how? When Rampage.
It is. It's getting bad, man. But, back to Bray Wyatt. I mean, there's a few pointers as well.
Yep.
But he's come back since, when did he come back? It was like end of September, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Extreme Rules, was it?
Yeah. That was after the Clash. Yeah. Clash at the Castle in Wales.
We all thought he was going to come out at the end of that.
I thought he was either going to come out or Theory was going to cash in successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Neither happened. Finish was a bit flat, to be honest, but I mean, it was overall a fantastic show. But
it had Theory and Drew singing songs. Didn't make no sense.
Yeah, I left before that, thanks. I'm not having it. I like Tyson Fury and I like Drew, but I mean, when you've just been beaten by Roman Reigns, I don't really want to hear.
It was a bit weird.
Sweet Caroline.
Was it Sweet Caroline? I can't remember.
I like hearing that when I've had a few beers and I'm at the pub. Not when I've just sat down for 4 or 5 hours wrestling. But yeah, no, sorry, the Bray Wyatt stuff. And also another thing to point out, it's now brought back Alexa Bliss. And her, being controlled by the Fiend. And you saw how bad her match was with Bianca. And we all know Alexa Bliss is really talented.
Mm-hmm.
Great promo, got a good look. For someone of her stature, like her height, she doesn't look out of place. She has a star presence. Yeah. But now she's gone back to the Fiend stuff. I'm just, if it really makes money, okay, fine. I understand from a business point of view. But
the whole point is that the Fiend's not here anymore. And that's when he came back, I thought, we're going to get this just Bray. He's basically going to be Wyndham Rotunda. He's basically just going to be himself and get rid of all the nonsense.
We all know who it is.
Yeah, it looks like it's Bo Dallas, doesn't it? Or it's Vincent.
No, I think it's.
Everyone seems to think it's Bo Dallas.
I think it's Bo Dallas because I believe. He's like Bo Dallas at NXT. But yeah, and I think there was a photo at. What show was it? I think it was Elimination Chamber, actually. Someone met Bray, and they actually met Bo Dallas at the same time.
Yeah.
But if that is the payoff, no offense to Bo Dallas, and I mean this with respect, I thought he was talented like his NXT run. But if we're basing this reveal to be Bo Dallas, are the fans really going to react that well?
I'm just disappointed we haven't had that man-sized Huskus the Big Boy have a match yet. That's all I wanted.
What match was this?
I want Huskus the Pig Boy to be a wrestler in this suit.
Husky Harris. Do you remember that when he debuted as Bray Wyatt? He got these 4 fans. Like, you can tell they're like super
Husky Harris.
They want to ruin the show. Husky Harris chanting. I was like, mate, you guys are knobs, aren't you?
That was my prediction for how to get out of how the Fiend would beat Goldberg. To have a full size Huskus the Pig Boy take out Goldberg before the match.
I thought Goldberg was just going to lose clean, like he did to Roman.
Yeah,
that's all he needs to do. But there's conflicting reports. It was Vince, it was Goldberg, it was Saudi Arabia. They wanted it done. No one knows, but it hurt the fucking character. But I thought the new Bray, maybe something different. He's got a new theme, looks a bit different. He's got that weird thing under his nose, and see 12-year-olds at CX have them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the same rambling promos and Uncle Howdy, and they're just doing the 5 funds like.
Yeah,
I always get that wrong, but you get what I mean.
It's 5 or 6 months in, and nothing's progressed. It's still, we don't know anything more about Uncle Howdy.
Why does he want to fight?
Why is the full size puppets walk around? Why? It's not.
Why does he want to fight Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley? I mean, why did he make the call like whoever wins that Elimination Chamber, I'm going to be fighting you? So now we're getting Lashley and fucking Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. And you know the segment that happened this week when he's on the screen and Bobby Lashley's watching it? Fans did not react. They did not react to that.
Well, I thought he was going to be against Brock because he didn't. I'm sure he said whoever survives this match, I want to Mania. Yeah. So when Brock battered Lashley after the match, I was like, he's the survivor, obviously.
Is it wrong that I'm actually a part of me? And like, look, I know it's not the popular thought right now, but I'm looking forward to Brock and almost.
Really?
It's a new match for Brock, completely new.
If Brock's up for it, he could be arsed. I reckon he could do something, but if he's just like, do I have to face this?
I saw your team move, and you're going to take 2 F5s, and I'm going to go home and watch the rest of the show on the plane.
Yeah, I don't know. They could just do loads of smoke and mirrors and make Omos look a threat somehow.
That Mount of Doom match, by the way, fuck. So it just come straight to my mind after. I don't know why, but when I spoke about Brock and Omos, and when you mentioned Bray, because I actually a couple of years ago I wanted Bray versus Brock, and we were so close to getting it, but Bray got injured.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. I was like, yes, he survived this match. That means it's Brock versus Bray, which is like I didn't really know what they were going to do with Brock at WrestleMania, so I was like, yes, this makes sense. If they weren't going to do Brock versus Walter,
but it's so random as well, isn't it? It's just the way they've both been built and positioned last few months. It does kill the fans' buzz and them being excited for it. It just takes it away. As a normal casual fan, why should I care? But I like both people. Like, I think Omos is quite cool. It's cool to see some giants like actually still about in wrestling because everyone's a bit smaller.
I don't hate him as much as Nick hates him, but I'm just like I think they can do something with him. I think.
Yeah. I don't mind MVP with him, but there's this constant talk about Hurt Business get back together. I was like, no, we don't need it. I need it. No. Just position him better and maybe do a better job with Shelton and Cendric without having to bring back Hurt Business. Hurt Locker's a war film that came out many years ago. But yeah, there's just so many options at the moment. I just think I'm not interested in Bray's future. I'm pretty much done with it. And after the return, a few months later, it just all hit me and made me realise like I don't actually miss him, and I'm not really happy he's back again doing the same shit.
His match with LA Knight was alright. I was like,
really, Chris, man, you're being very generous. I thought.
I think it was visually different. That's all I said about it in the review. I didn't.
Different isn't always good though.
I think his face paint looked pretty cool.
I prefer it to the red trap. Okay, I'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
Hated the red stuff. That was so bad. That made matches unwatchable. At least with the lights, you can kind of see what's going on. I thought the paint on Bray was pretty cool. I thought Bray actually looked quite cool, but the match itself.
The match. Oh, yeah. We didn't even bother reviewing the match. I think we both just said it. Cool.
Did you watch it? Yeah. Okay, cool. So what do you think of the men's Royal Rumble?
We pretty much, we reviewed the Rumbles and KO versus Roman. That's it.
That's it, man. But I feel with the Bray status that I put, not on Facebook, when I put on Twitter, I do feel like he has got some loyal fans. Like, they will defend anything and everything he does. That's fine, each their own. But this is just my opinion. I'm not a fan of what's been happening. Do I want the proof? Of course I do. Bray's had some really cool moments in WWE.
He's got brilliant ideas, but I don't think how they translate to wrestling that well.
No. I think it's probably the most inconsistent gimmick I've seen of all time.
It could be like a bit like a Rob Zombie if they gave him that. He could do like a film. I think he'd do a really good
Studios one.
Yeah, he could do a weird film like Rob Zombie does.
It's not a bad shout. He's creative. I think Triple H said that. Like his mind's just always, he's always got one idea after the other. But in terms of actually when the bell rings, it's
Because we did a training, we all talk about our gimmicks. We've all got these crazy gimmicks, which we've all got. But translating what we've got on our head into a match in front of it, because we're going to be predominantly, it's England, so it's predominantly family shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my idea was I was going to be like, yeah, 'cause I had my mental health stuff last year. I was like, I want to incorporate that into my gimmick, and I want to incorporate Star Wars into my gimmick, and I want to. I've got my face paint so people don't think I'm old. But I was like, how am I? Yeah, it's just, I don't know how we're going to translate it. Because people don't watch, most people in that crowd won't watch like promo videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and like, it's Maui. Oh, do you actually mean like interviews promo, like that sort of?
Yeah, well, yeah, like build up for matches. They don't tend, very few of them probably go on the YouTube channel and watch.
You've got to convince someone in the space of a minute whether you're a good guy or whether you're a bad guy at those family shows. And that's not necessarily easily. That's not easy. It's people don't understand. I've always got respect for it. And you might get the regulars there, you might get someone that's the first time ever wrestling, and they don't have a clue. But by the end of it, they're either going to be clapping or booing.
Yeah. I got told on Saturday I need to be a bit more aggressive. I thought I was being aggressive, but I wasn't being aggressive enough.
I can't imagine being aggressive, because they're like a really nice person. And this is not me trying to take you out of a meal. Sorry, Chris. But yeah, no, I can't imagine you being aggressive. But
I'm not. so that's the better thing. So I might have to go for maybe go down the calculated aggression routes, be a bit more like Jake the Snake type of things, be cold and calculated rather than really aggressive type of thing.
Have you seen, just before we go into the awards, it actually came out Sunday, but I watched it this morning, Jake the Snake biography.
No.
The WWE Legends one. Really good. Really well edited. I actually had a bad experience with Jake the Snake when he came over to the UK. I'm like 12, 13 years old, maybe younger. And like, it's just like, he comes in. Do you remember the Beyond the Mat era of Jake the Snake?
Yeah, and here is a wrestling era of Jake the Snake.
Yeah, when he used to basically live in the UK and do shows, and he stunk of booze. He's like 2-3 hours late. Said he kicked my ass. All I wanted was him to sign a fucking. I can't remember what I wanted to sign. I mean, this is like 20 years ago. And I'm all happy for redemption and someone wants to do better themselves. And I can see that he has improved, and he's leading a positive and a better life. But yeah, he can always do one in my eyes. I won't forget that.
Should leave this on that.
Yeah. Jake, if you're listening to this, you want to play 21?
I'll play 22.
I love that promo. I know he's in the best condition. But he doesn't remember it. But fuck me, is it hilarious? I just remember it, especially the Botchamania intro as well. But, good time. Right, waffling on. But I think we summed up the Bray Wyatt thing. I'm not really hopeful. I don't care at this point. I don't see any future. I think it's just going to continue to ramble. I think him and Lashley is going to suck at WrestleMania. Going back to what I said earlier, while I'm looking forward to WrestleMania, there's going to be a few duds. That is one of them. And not really much else I can say. Bray, prove me wrong. I said you've had some great moments in WWE, some good matches, but ultimately they're just it's just too inconsistent as a character.
Do you want to promote your social media and anything you've got coming up in the near future?
Yeah, go for it, man. Well, should actually have an interview lined up next week with a wrestling legend called Baby Doll. If you watch the NWA, Classic Wrestling, you'll know who she is. So I should, fingers crossed, that should be coming out next week. In terms of what I have lined up, end of next month or the future, going past that interview, if you follow me on Twitter at Buka, Buka, Mania 89, and you can keep up to date with me and my podcast, who I'm going to have lined up. Maybe some Blast of the Past. They're pretty good. So I may not had the following as I had previously. I sort of will sometimes use clips from old interviews, and people will be interested to listen to the older interviews. So
yeah,
you'll see what I've got lined up. But in general, just trying to stay safe, get rid of this illness that I have at the moment. I do actually feel better compared to how I felt yesterday. So that is a good thing. And then hopefully by the end of the week, I'm back to normal. And it's the weekend where I'll get to go.
My 7-year-old offered to replace you and Lance. if you weren't well enough. I was like, okay.
No way.
So, yeah, Isaac, you can do the prediction.
I mean, Lance would prefer that. I know Lance can listen to this, and Lance would be like, "Oh, it'd be better than George, wouldn't it?" And there's me just like, "Oh, you won the Carlin Cup, Mickey Mouse trophy. No one cares. We're gonna win the fucking league." Chris, thank you for having me on. I hope to be back soon. It's been too long. I've had you on the show before, but I wish you all the best as well. Keep up to date you on Facebook.
Yes.
That's it for me, which the listeners will be glad to hear. And Lance himself, yeah, that's me done, man.
We'll have to do interview exchanges again. That was fun doing it the other year. So, yeah. And yeah, if you like our show, please follow us on Twitter. It's BBG Wrestling. Same on Instagram. Brand new on Instagram, so give us a follow. And on Facebook. And yeah, hear us next week. I'm not sure how we're going to do might just do one big review of Revolution or break it up how we have been doing it. I'm not sure. It depends how the show is. If it's cool enough, we'll just do one big review, because I do like to do one big. I like to review every match on AEW shows. But good night. I'll see you next week.
Take care, everyone. Peace.